Hello and welcome to today's video. Today we are talking about the 12-week journals from myPAPERCLIP. myPAPERCLIP is originally an Indian-based company, and myPAPERCLIP Australia have been bringing these into Australia. Now, the 12-week journals are a collaboration with Rocket Health, an Indian mental health organisation, and they have produced a wellness journal and a productivity journal that are designed to go for 12 weeks to help keep things moving in the right direction for you. So I did a little unboxing of these a while ago, showed some first impressions. I'll link to that video down below, but it's the 25th of January today. I've been using them since the beginning of the month. Please like, subscribe, and hit the notifications button to this channel. I now have memberships available to this channel. So for a small monthly fee, you can join what I call the stationary drawer, which is a little group of supporters who will get priority comments. They will get early access to all my videos. They'll get members only content, things like unboxings and things like that. And then once we've got a nice little community going, we'll get some members only Q&As happening. So throw some support the way of my channel, join the community, and I hope to see you there. So let's see how I'm going with my journey so far. So here are the two 12-week journals I've been using this month. I started them on January 1, so it's now the 25th of January as I'm filming this ahead of time, obviously. I've got the wellness journal and the productivity journal. I've been using them this month, and I've got thoughts. I want to show you how I've used them, and then we'll have a bit of a chat about what I think works and why I think that they could work for you. So we'll start with the wellness journal here. So the basic layout, as I sort of showed in the initial video, you've got some like information sort of stuff at the front. I haven't used any of this note space or the important dates part, but the first page you get to is a goals page, and so that is for the next to the next week, because there's a weekly review sort of part of this setup. And so I was able to tick off those 4 things. I took goals as not like, have a successful, career as a backup dancer or something. These are things that were practically achievable within the next sort of week. So that's sort of how I used that. Let's jump ahead. I'll find a page that, we can have a look at. So flip forward here to the 9th of January. And this was how I used the book on that day. So what is the goal for today in this sort of part here? This is things I wanted to either achieve that weren't necessarily the most practical things, but things that you want to do more of. So I put drink a full bottle of water before work, and then I put find a new approach to using ink for art. So I wanted to, find a new approach for using ink in art. So what I should say is some of this is set up beforehand, some of this is done afterwards. Most of this book is about reflection. Like this is set up beforehand, and then things are done as you go if you can. And then most of it is reflection. So how did I practice self-care today? I spent some time doing art. Then here we have energy levels. I've just circled what it was on that day. So it was medium hydration, how many glasses of water. So I take glasses of water as 250 mils. So when I'm drinking like my large bottle, which is 1 liter, that's 4 glasses of water. So that day I got through 16. In fact, I think around this time, because this is just before I went to Hobart, around this time, Sydney was hit with like a mini heat wave. We had days of like 42 degrees Celsius. So like hot. Then total sleep, 5.5 hours, 12:30 to 6 a.m. Screen time, 2 to 4 hours. Meals, list what I ate as the main meals for the day. Exercise, list that. And then what is something new I learned that day? And this day I put Cadbury is great, Biscoff is great, Cadbury Biscoff is blah. And then we've got the thoughts and doodle section. This day I just wrote a little paragraph. What have I written there? Okay, so yeah, take a few days off work before this, and I think I need to be better at using my downtime for things that make me happy, not just a to-do list. I find that balance really, really hard. When you've got a to-do list, I kind of feel like I have to do the to-do list, as opposed to actually like being able to, get back and actually do something that I enjoy and that's fun. What went well today, and what could I have done better? There's some frustration over small issues at work. So those things happen. I suppose my idea was just to get less frustrated. So that is how I use the book sort of day to day. The layout is fine. The prompts are fine. I don't think there's necessarily anything revolutionary here, but it's really good to be able to track these things. Let's just skip forward to a weekly review. So here is the second weekly review of the year. So this is a little bit more reflective, and this is what I like about this book more so, is that it's sort of reflective over a longer period of time. What goals did I achieve this week? Drink more water, journal daily, and set work time boundaries. That's something I'm really working on at the moment. What goal was tough and why? Writing gratitude. I find writing gratitude very hard, but I also know the point of it is to open your eyes to things that are actually good in your life, so we don't just sit and complain all the time. And it's actually fantastic for mental health to see just what good you have in your life. And so this is one of those things like that they have done well here. Energy and wellness. When did I feel the most energetic? So after a day off from work. What can I do to improve my energy next week? Get more sleep and not rely on caffeine. Big one there. Screen time. Was my screen time less? I said no, screen time is consistent because of work. But my problem is that work spills out of the workspace. So I'm editing, I'm doing, editing photos, I'm editing vision, all that kind of stuff. How can I improve it? Not sure. My non-work time is, and I haven't finished that sentence, but I'm assuming screen-based. So that's just how that is. Habits. Did I sleep well? Did I drink enough water? Were my meals healthy? I put a cross there because what I did was I put a cross when it was yes or no. So sort of something in between. Did I stay active? And I put the same thing there. Gratitude. One thing I'm grateful for. What went well this week? Trying to set better work boundaries, the right to disconnect, eating healthier, not perfect, but better and trying. And then what could have been better? Finding time to be creative for art and photography. And then I set up the next week's goals here, and I've ticked a couple of those off as I've sort of completed them. So now we skip forward to today, and this is how I've used it so far. Like, as I said, I set up the goals. So today is Sunday, the 25th of January. Put a couple of the meals in already. And then I've written here, under the thoughts and doodles sort of section, just a little bit about what I like about this book. So what do I like? I like the reflection side of it. I like the gratitude, and I see the importance of that. I like the quality of the paper. I'll show that in more detail in the 12-week journal. I also like the daily reminder, having it here, actually having to do it and find myself trying to do it to create that habit. What don't I like so much? Well, I think it's easy to get behind, but then again, you can skip days because it's not a dated planner. So you just use the days you use. If you don't use it tomorrow and you start it the next day, just keep going. It's fine. It's undated, so that's good. And also the ribbon stain, you can actually see it here. Like, that's where the ribbon originally was placed, and the dye has seeped through, and you can sort of see through that page a little bit. Don't love that, but that's sort of it's not that a bigger deal really. So the only other feature then becomes at the end of the weekly review. At the end of the month, you get a chance for a monthly review. Obviously, I haven't gotten there yet, but the questions are, how do I feel about my wellness journey this month? What goals did I accomplish? What did I learn about myself? What went well this month? And what could have been better? So once again, nice reflective things that actually make these journals, a nice, useful sort of addition. As I said, there's nothing revolutionary here, but I think it's a nice, there are a lot of wellness journals on the market. But I think there's something nice about this, the layout, the simplicity of it, that doesn't put pressure on you necessarily. So that was the wellness journal, as you can see there. Let's now look at the productivity journal. One thing I will say is that if you've got both of these in your setup, it would be cool if they were different colors. Like use orange for one and maybe like light blue for the other, or something just to differentiate them just a little bit more, other than just productivity journal on the front there. So as I did a flip through of this, and I haven't used any of these I haven't used any of these front pages or anything for like the important dates and goals. I just don't find a use of those, but there will be lots of people who will. And let's skip forward once again to that same day, the 9th of January, so that's when we looked at it in the other journal. So this is a simple productivity setup. I like it. I really like this because it gives you space for your priority list, which is great. And, like a little chance for reflection on rate your productivity. The reminder section, I'm unsure of what to do with that. That doesn't fit necessarily into my setup, that's okay. Goal for today, that's what I just put, like, you know, and one thing that I want to either think about or achieve. And then you've got a schedule, so it's listed from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. And I was able to, you know, block out things, you know, meetings or travel and things like that. And then on the other side, you've got a simple brain dump page, which is great. And that's that 5mm dot grid. You know, I'm able to talk about what I'm, you know, just take daily notes. Hobart packing list, I went to Hobart that weekend. And then just notes from a phone call about some, you know, a performance I've got coming up in Hobart, Melbourne and Sydney, which is very nice. Now, this is simple. This is clean. We like this. We like this layout. Once again, nothing revolutionary, but it's useful. And I like useful. I really like useful. So now we skip forward to the day that we are currently on. And I'm going to show a couple of things here. So once again, priority list, task list, very nice. I put the date up there. Once again, the goal, 2 bags of clothes for donation. That's what I'd like to achieve. My little bit of, you know, we're currently in this bracket, filming time. I still don't know what the reminders section. I just don't get it. Brain dump here. I've been doing things like writing what pens I'm writing with that day, you know, listing the inks and stuff. And I just enjoy doing that. I like writing what I'm writing with. Little shopping list, and then some thoughts on this journal in general. Some of the same things apply. So, you know, the ribbon stain, things like that. One thing I would really love on this productivity journal is a space for the date. Like, I've just been putting it in that gap there, but there's no line for it. There's no delineation for it. There's no, I kind of wish there was. That's something I would do. I think it's got a great space for tasks and schedule. I like that. And the brain dump page is perfect. It's taking notes of the day. It's taking notes during a phone call. It's jotting down shopping lists, whatever you need it to be. Awesome. Yeah, that reminder section I'm not sure about. Good paper and build quality. You can see it's holding up nicely. You know, a few scuffs and little bends and things like that, but it's holding up really, really well. The paper quality is good. So on the reverse of this page, we have, you know, like a list of pens and things that I was using once again. And you can see nothing comes through, and we've got things like the Pelican M1000 and the Sailor King of Pen, and, you know, like a bunch of things there, and none of it has come through at all, which is really good. And after a little bit of like coaxing, this does sit nice and flat. So, because this is the kind of one you're going to have open on your desk maybe, you know, with like, you know, your task list and your schedule and space for, you know, taking notes and things. So it's a really decent productivity journal. I like this a lot. Now, what do I actually think about these series? Now, these are done with Rocket Health, which is a mental health organization from India. myPAPERCLIP is originally an Indian company. myPAPERCLIP Australia has been bringing these notebooks and things into Australia over the last few years and distributing them. And I think I really enjoy the myPAPERCLIP range. Rocket Health have done something here that is nice. You know, they've created journals that are useful. The wellness journal, I see all the point of like the gratitude and the reflection and all of that kind of stuff. There's nothing that pressures you. It's gentle, but it gives you a good chance to reflect and to try and set goals and priorities for how to maintain or how to, you know, help your anxiety, stress, mental health, whatever it may be. The productivity journal, I think, would be great for people with things like, you know, ADHD, autism, those kinds of things. Like, I'm neurodivergent myself, and I love these sorts of productivity journals that allow you to put it all on the page. Like, I never forget anything. As soon as I think about it, it gets written on the list. I can add things to this list through the day. I can brain dump stuff here. It just gets written down. I don't forget about it, and it's in front of me. So all I've got to do is sit at my desk and I know what I need to be doing. I like that. And that is its strength, is its simplicity. Both of them, the simplicity. There's no pressure. You don't need a degree to know how to use them. It's just nice. So I think myPAPERCLIP and Rocket Health have done something really good here. I enjoy them a lot. I've enjoyed using them so far. I just wanted to make this video to show how I've been using them. If these are products that you are interested in, if you're looking at productivity journals, wellness journals, these are a nice option. And so I'll link to the myPaperClip website, or myPaperClip Australia website down below, and you can find them there. So thank you for watching this video about the myPaperClip 12-week journals. I think they're really interesting. I love the simplicity. I love the fact that they don't pressure you into anything. So I think they're doing an interesting job, and I'm really looking forward to see if myPaperClip and Rocket Health continue to make products in this realm and see where they go from here. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, hit the notifications button, all that kind of stuff. As I said, memberships are now available to this channel, and would love to see you there. In the meantime, enjoy your journals, enjoy your writing, and I'll talk to you soon.